Hi everyone, my name is Patricia Nicole M. Alada and I am the first reporter. The other reporters are Harip Badarbaundi and Ismail Iskak. First, I will discuss about the ethical issues on medical care versus religious beliefs. Medical care. Medical care, it has several important functions other than restoring or maintaining health. These other functions are assessment and certification of health status, prognostication, segregation of the ill to limit communication of illness, and helping to cope with the problems of illness, the caring function. Medical ethics is important because it helps to resolve the dispute between family, patient, physician, and other parties. Ethics ng medical care, important siya or essential siya to make a fair decision when it comes to medical care. Religious beliefs. It means the belief in religion central's article of faith. The example is within the Christianity that Jesus is the Son of God. It also means beliefs which exist within a religion but which are not shared by anybody within that religion. Most religions have ethical component. Ethics encompasses good life and right conduct. Ang main aspect ng ethics is having a good life. That's how religious beliefs and ethics na nagkakaisa. Nagmamatter ang ethics sa religion because the religion encompasses the ethics. Next is ethical issues in healthcare. Ethical issues in healthcare. These are the examples. First, doctor and patient confidentiality. Violating a patient's confidentiality can have legal and ethical consequences for healthcare providers. The act requires physicians to protect the privacy and security of patients' medical records. We all know about this. This simply means that the information ng patient or between the patient and the doctor is confidentiality. Hindi siya pwede lumabas yung information na yun. Then next is do not resuscitate orders. It is written by a doctor and it instructs healthcare providers not to perform cardiopulmonary resuscitation if a patient stops breathing or if their heart stops beating. The DNR doesn't have instructions for any other treatment and can only be permitted after a physician speaks with the patient. Cases nito is may sinasaynan yung patient na letter about this do not resuscitate orders. It stated na kapag nag-stop na yung paghinga or yung pagbeat ng heart is hindi na siya isi-save pa or something revive. Ganon, because of the do not resuscitate. Next is ethical issues in religious beliefs. First is ethical issues in religious beliefs. First, the problem of evil. If there is an all-powerful, all-good, and all-knowing God, and why is there evil? This is the classical theistic problem of evil that comes in the form of either a deductive or probabilistic argument. This issue, the problem of evil, it is the probabilistic argument about the God and evil coexist. Abortion. Abortion is the termination of a fetus, a violation of the sanctity of human life. The Roman Catholic position is that the personhood of the fetus is established immediately upon conception. So, positions on the issue vary widely among different religions. So, abortion is part of the issues in religious beliefs. So, we all know that yung abortion is magmamatter talaga siya sa religion. So, for us, Roman Catholic, kahit ano naman sigurong religion is ang abortion is hindi talaga maganda marinig, hindi maganda talagang impact sa isang tao. That's why abortion is part of the ethical issues in religious beliefs.
I am Harif Wadarpi Baundi, BSc 2A, and I am tasked to discuss about the Christian Science versus medical science. And what is Christian Science? The Church does not require that Christian scientists avoid all medical care. Adherents use dentists, optometrists, obstetricians, physicians for broken bones, and vaccination when required by law, but maintains that Christian Science or prayer is most effective when not combined with medicine. Christian Science is a Christian denomination based on the Bible. The life and teaching of Christ Jesus are central. The inspired events of Jesus' life, his virgin birth, healing ministry, death on the cross, resurrection, and ascension, reveal God as love. Christian Science teaches us Jesus did a human regeneration from sin, and the healing of sickness take place as we withdraw to divine love, finding our true nature to the spiritual, made in the image and likeness of God. The term science indicates that Christ Jesus understood and acted in accord with the laws of this loving God, laws that may be proven by anyone who follows them. Many have found that when they better understand their relationship to God through the science of Christianity, their characters are transformed and their health restored. Such spiritual growth inspires a heartfelt desire to help others know and experience how loved we all are by God. What is medical science? Medical science covers many subjects which try to explain how the human body works. Starting with basic biology, it is generally divided into areas of specialization such as anatomy, physiology, and pathology, with some biochemistry, microbiology, molecular biology, and genetics. Students and practitioners of holistic models of health also recognize the importance of the mind-body connection and the importance of nutrition. Why do scientists refuse medical treatment? Since the founding of their church 131 years ago, Christian scientists have been taught to avoid doctors at all costs. It is a conviction rooted so deeply in church dogma that dozens of members have endured criminal persecution rather than surrender an ailing person to what they see as the quackery of medical science. What is the origin of Christian Science? In 1866, a serious injury compelled Mary Baker Eddy, a child of New England Congregationalists with a deep love of the Bible, to turn wholeheartedly to God. She opened her Bible to an account of Jesus healing a man quickly and completely. A new sense of life in God's Spirit is the only reality flooded her thought, and she was healed spontaneously. But she yearned to know how and why. For the next several years, she continued to search and find in the Bible the underlying laws of God that would form the basis of her teaching and practice of Christian Science. Therefore, I conclude that the Christian scientists are absolutely against the teaching of the medical science because they truly believe that the prayer is the answer of everything. So that would be all. Thank you for listening.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ismail Aiskag from BSc 2A, and today I'm going to discuss the ethical issues on medical care versus religious belief. So, binigyan po ako ng part ng aming leader, which is the Scientologists versus psychiatry. So, ito po yung aking ire-report ngayon na part ng aming topic. So, the Scientology objection to psychiatry does not stem from any desire to deny insane treatment. Rather, the church object to the mistreatment of insane, which is psychiatry's historical hallmark. That is why the church support the Citizen Commission of Human Rights, which work to expose and eradicate the brutalization of patients in the name of mental health. Over the years, the Citizens Commission has investigated and exposed thousands upon thousands of cases of psychiatric negligence, abuse, and brutality. Nor do Scientologists believe people should be stigmatized with label and treated with cures that have no basis in science and are brutal in extreme. Through its long and tragic history, psychiatry has invented numerous cures which eventually proved destructive in the extreme. In the 18th and 19th century, mentally troubled patients were literally subjected to torture devices. Next, it was ice bath and insulin shock. Then, electroconvulsive therapy that caused broken teeth and bones, as well as loss of memory and regression into comatose states. Next, it was prefrontal lobotomies with an ice pick through the eye socket. Today, it is drugs. So, sa topic na ito, may isang organization which is the Citizen Commission on Human Rights na nag-aaral or nag-investigate patungkol sa psychiatry sa kanilang mga gawaing masasama tulad ng psychiatric negligence, abuse, and brutality. At nalaman rin nila yung mga devices or yung mga way kung paano nila pahirapan yung mga pasyente nila. So next is, it is now routine psychiatric practice to label and stigmatize youth with wholesome diagnosis of mental disorder. It is strangely profitable business, but while psychiatrists rake in billions, society receive a new generation of lifelong drugs addicts to those still more customer for psychotropic drugs. Today, the marketing of antidepressant has likewise reached nightmarish proportions, and the scenario becomes even more disturbing when one considers the explosive violent episodes such drugs participate. Moreover, there is categorically no evidence that diseases such drug claim to treat even exist, which is to say it is all elaborate and deadly hoax. This is not Scientology belief or opinion, this is the fact, and this is why Scientologists oppose psychiatric abuses. So, may nalaman yung side ng Scientologists na mga ginagawa ng psychiatric na pang-aabuso at may ginagamit silang drugs kung saan binebenta nila yon para gawing gamot or para ipanglaban sa mga diseases or illnesses. So next is, since the founding of Church of Scientology in 1954 by L. Ron Hubbard, the relationship between Scientology and psychiatry has been dominated by strong opposition by organization against the medical specialty of psychiatry and psychology, with themes relating to this opposition occurring repeatedly throughout Scientology literature and doctrine. According to the Church of Scientology, psychiatry has a long history of improper and abusive care. The group's views have been disputed criticized and condemned by experts in the medical and scientific community and been a source of public controversy. So, ang Church of Scientology, may nalaman sila patungkol sa psychiatry na mga gawain tulad ng improper and abusive care sa kanilang mga patients. So, pinag-aralan at inusisa ng Church of Scientology or yung sa side ng Scientology ng iba sa gawain ng mga psychiatry ay hindi kanais-nais or hindi makatao. So, the last is Scientology does support medical treatment for physical health condition, but for psychiatry disorders, they reject many conventional methods of treatment including electroshock therapy, medication like antidepressant, and psychotherapy. So, ang Scientology daw ay hindi niya sinusuportahan yung mga treatment na ginagawa sa ating katawan, bagkus nilalabanan nila ito or nire-reject nila. And ang mga example or ang example ng treatment na ito ay electroshock therapy and antidepressant, and especially the psychotherapy. And yun lamang po ang aking report or yung part ko po. Sukran and masalam.